Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with an update video today. We'll go through some of the main newspapers here in Spain, check out what is happening in the press. We'll have a look at El Mundo, El País, El Confidencial, RTVE, the state broadcaster. Then at the end of the video, we'll go into the comment section and check out what is happening there. The European Union has come out swinging today in its fight with the UK over vaccines, so tensions again rising there, but we'll have a look at that in just a sec. So straight into the news, and the first article that we can see here in El Mundo is Ursula von Leyen: si el Reino Unido no exporta vacunas a la UE, cualquier respuesta es posible. So we'll click on that one, and the words from Ms von der Leyen: if the UK does not export vaccines to the EU, any answer is possible. The President of the European Commission assures in a clear message to London that the 27 EU countries are being open and exporting doses like nobody else, which must be proportional. And if we have a look at a little snippet of the article here, the President of the European Commission is under enormous pressure. Criticism rains down from all corners of the continent, and few leaders speak out to defend community institutions. Citizens, frustrated and fed up, look at the data from the UK, Israel or the United States and do not understand what has happened and why the same things are not being done in Europe. So Ms von der Leyen, as we can see, sending a clear message to Boris Johnson, and she wants the UK to start sending doses of the COVID-19 vaccine to Europe. According to the European Union, doses that are being made here are being sent to the UK, but doses being made in the UK are not being sent back, and that's where the problem lies according to the European Union. And her word's quite clear: if the UK doesn't start sending those doses to the European Union, anything is possible. So a little bit of friction there between the EU and the UK, no surprises there, and we'll see how this story ends and who comes out on top. Now we'll go back into the news, and there's an article here about Ryanair, and apparently they're planning to take Spain before the European Court of Justice because of a rescue package that the Spanish government gave to a company called Plus Ultra. It says below that this company operates 0.03% of flights in Spain and has received €150,000 per employee. So we'll click on the article and get a bit more detail. And we can see here the Irish group, which transported 49 million more passengers in Spain than the controversial airline, collects data for the possibility of appealing for discrimination. So Ryanair are a little bit peeved that one of their competitors here in Spain, a company called Plus Ultra, has been given €53 million in some type of rescue package, and complaining that this is some type of discrimination. And to be honest, there was a lot of people here in Spain that also couldn't understand why this particular company was bailed out by the Spanish government. Last week there were two companies that were bailed out, this one here, Plus Ultra, and another company called Air Europa. I don't think too many people have a problem with a company like Air Europa being bailed out, but this one here, Plus Ultra, not many people have heard of them, and people asking questions as to why they have received that money. And as we can see here, Ryanair transporting a lot more people in Spain than that particular company. So that's where some of that European aid money is going, to bail out companies like this. Now we'll go back into the news and we'll click on this article here. And some bad news regarding the pandemic. COVID-19 infections increase in Aragon, Catalonia, Galicia and Navarra. So infections on the rise again in those four autonomous communities, and these are places that have recently relaxed restrictions. So as we can see, as soon as restrictions are relaxed, the incidence rate goes up and up and up. And we are heading, as people think, towards that fourth wave. Now we'll leave El Mundo and go to El País, check out what is happening there. The main news, as we can see on the right, the Champions League draw. Real Madrid will be playing Liverpool and Bayern de Munich will be playing PSG. We'll click on this article here about the lady who passed away in Malaga, and that was one of the cases that led to the AstraZeneca vaccine being suspended here in Spain. And the headline reads: the autopsy rules out that the death of the Marbella teacher is related to the AstraZeneca vaccine. The teacher suffered a brain hemorrhage and no signs of thrombosis have been found, according to the report advanced by the newspaper Sur. So the teacher down there in Marbella, unfortunately passing away from a brain hemorrhage, but the autopsy showing that there was no relation between that and the vaccine that she received some 2 weeks earlier. As we know, the European Union gave the green light to the AstraZeneca vaccine yesterday. Various European countries announced yesterday that they were going to start injecting AstraZeneca again, but Spain has said that they're not going to start with the AstraZeneca vaccine until Wednesday of next week. And I'm not 100% sure what the exact reasons are that they're waiting until Wednesday to restart the campaign. Now we'll leave El País, go into El Confidencial, see what is happening there. We'll have a look at the health data around the country. We'll start with Catalonia, where the incidence rate apparently is going up again, now sitting at 162. The Valencian community now down to 36, so they seem to have really got the health situation under control in the Valencian community. Andalusia now sitting at 121, and Madrid unfortunately still bringing up the rear at 225. Now we'll leave El Confidencial, go to RTVE, the state broadcaster, see what's happening there. There's lots of news about politics in the Citizens Party, which is in serious trouble at the moment. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this party has completely disappeared by the end of the year. And there's an article here about the Valencian community and a possible de-escalation. So we'll click on that one. And the headline, Puig quiere una de-escalada prudente para asegurar el verano. So the Valencian Premier, Mr. Puig, wants a prudent de-escalation to ensure the summer. So all eyes here in Spain now turning to the summer. We know that the Easter break has been lost. We know that other public holidays have been lost. And the Premier down there in Valencia saying that they want to de-escalate to ensure that they have some type of summer season. It's going to be prudent. I don't think it's going to be like last year. And I think the Premier, Mr. Puig, has shown himself to be a fairly prudent individual over the last few months. The incidence rate in Valencia, as we saw, is very low at the moment. I think it's the lowest in Spain. They've managed to get those numbers way, way down, especially when you compare it to a place like Madrid. And of course, as we know, the Valencian community, Castellón, Valencia, Alicante, very important summer destination. So let's see if the health situation in the Valencian community remains under control. Now we'll go back into the news and click on this article here about the AstraZeneca vaccine and see if we can find out why it's not going to start again here in Spain until Wednesday. And here we can find the reasons. Spain will resume vaccinations with AstraZeneca on Wednesday of next week once the Public Health Committee has evaluated which population groups will be administered this drug in compliance with the new guidelines. So there we go. Apparently now there are some new guidelines associated with this vaccine, and all of the autonomous communities in the central government have to sit down and work out which groups are able to receive the AstraZeneca vaccine, and that's going to take until Wednesday. So things don't get done very quickly in this country, as we can see. Now let's leave the news there and we'll go into the comment section, check out what is happening there, and we'll have a look at this one here from Dawn. How about mentioning the €20 tariff put on Brits living in Spain by the Spanish banks, Santander in particular? And there's a reply to this comment, so we'll check that out. And it is from Gary, and he says, there's British victimism showing through again. Don't worry, Dawn, that's not for Brits living in Spain. It's for all people who have an account with Santander Bank. There are conditions, though. If you have your salary paid in, you won't get charged. If you have 3 standing orders or a credit card with them, you won't get charged. Talk to your bank. Yeah, Dawn, thanks for the comment, and thanks, Gary, for the reply. And I think Gary's on the right track there. Banco Santander in particular has changed its policies recently. I was with Banco Santander up until about 3 weeks ago. I am no longer a client of theirs because I started to notice those commissions. With banks in Spain nowadays, it's all about loyalties. They want you to have your credit card. They want you to have a mortgage. They want you to have your pay directly sent to the bank every month. They want you to have a series of transactions with credit cards, and therefore you don't pay fees. But if you don't, the commissions come thick and fast. In fact, they also started charging me for credit card transactions that I was doing in US dollars. So I was fed up with that particular bank, and I moved to another one where I wasn't being charged similar commissions. So I think, as Gary mentions there, it's not an anti-British thing. I think in general Banco Santander is just trying to squeeze customers as much as possible, putting commissions on everything nowadays because they want to keep those profits high, because as we know, interest rates are very low, and the only way banks are making money at the moment, apparently, I'm not an expert, but I think is by squeezing customers and putting commissions on everything. And we'll have a look at this one from Janet. Thank you, Stuart. Enjoy Father's Day. Thanks, Janet, for the comment, and thanks to everybody else in the comment section that wished me a happy Father's Day today. It is Father's Day here in Spain, San Jose. My son gave me a present this morning. He made this mug at school yesterday, so very much appreciated, and happy Father's Day to all those fathers out there in Spain. On that note, I'll start to wrap the video up. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. Debate the situation out as you normally do. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you on the next one. Hasta luego.